I'm Michelle Sullivan, and this is Gus Kadota, and you're watching the best of Talking Dirt, Aspen's only real estate show.
We put together a bunch of our highlights of our reports. So we've got the Aspen report. We've got home tours, because we are a real estate show.
Right.
We have some great interviews. We also featured some Around the Block series. What else did we do? Oh yeah, and some bloopers.
Best of all, the bloopers.
That's usually what we're best at.
Up first is the Aspen report, where we break down market statistics into comprehensible information for you, our viewers.
So let's take a look at a couple of our Aspen reports.
This week on the Aspen Report, we're focusing on opportunities in the market. Where can a buyer buy and a seller sell and get the most bang for their buck?
We've combed over 7,000 records, 81 spreadsheets, and over 200,000 computer formulas to bring you the latest market information.
So right now, the top 3 opportunities right here on the Aspen Report. Negotiate as a cash buyer. You've always heard that cash is king, and this is why.
Cash contracts get the attention of the seller, and that equals a better price to you. Cash contracts have fewer hurdles to jump through, and that equals a better price to you. Cash contracts close quicker, and that equals a better price to you.
Negotiate as a cash buyer and pay yourself back up to 180 days post-closing with some of the lowest rates in history, and that equals a better price to you.
Up 26%. That is the increase in inventory in the luxury market in Aspen.
If you're shopping at $7.5 million and above, 83% of that market is still available. 17% are either under contract or closed. In the last 12 months, an additional 31 properties have come to the market.
More sellers, fewer buyers means opportunity for buyers to get in on the home of their dreams.
Sellers are definitely not left out of opportunities in this market. In the last 6 months alone, there is a very impressive list of under contract and sold properties.
In East Aspen, there are 9 under contract and 12 are sold and closed. In Central Aspen, 3 are under contract and 14 are sold and closed. In Red Mountain, 2 are under contract and 6 have sold and closed.
If you've seen a sign go up and then down on your block, this is your opportunity to get in on the momentum.
Curious? Give us a call and we'll break down the specifics for you and your particular situation.
That's it for the Aspen Report from the Holden Muralt Museum.
If you'd like your own copy, stop by our Aspen office at 534 East Hopkins.
Each week, we give you a quick breakdown of 3 exciting market statistics driving one of the most exclusive real estate markets in the country.
We use over 7,000 records, 81 spreadsheets, and 200,000 computer formulas to give you the latest market information.
So right now, the top 3 stats on the Aspen Report.
$140 million. That's the dollar volume of the 10 luxury properties that are under contract in Aspen today.
There is just over $2 billion worth of inventory currently available in the luxury market. Inventory in this sector of the market has crept up 26% over the last 12 months, while closings have remained steady, with 49 buyers heading to the closing table.
These stats are an indication of opportunity for anybody shopping in that luxury market in Aspen today.
$333 million. That's the sales volume representing 133 transactions in Aspen so far this year.
In the market priced under $7.5 million, activity is fierce. Properties reporting under contract status are up 65% over this time last year, and inventory is down 20% from June 2014.
More buyers, fewer sellers. It's a good time to get that price you've been hoping for since the crash of '08.
$625 million has been passed across the closing table in Aspen and Snowmass so far this year.
Aspen is leading the charge with nearly $500 million in sales, representing 146 transactions. Snowmass comes in with just over $125 million in sales, representing 74 transactions. This includes single-family, condo, and land sales.
Before you trash those sales numbers in Snowmass, remember Snowmass is about 1,800 people, about half the size of Aspen. So those sales numbers are right on target.
That's it for the Aspen Report.
If you'd like your personal copy, email us, give us a call, I'll send Michelle out, or stop by either our Aspen or our Snowmass offices.
Each week, we give you a quick breakdown of 3 exciting market statistics driving one of the most exclusive real estate markets in the country.
We use over 7,000 records, 81 spreadsheets, and over 200,000 computer formulas to bring you the latest market information.
So right now, the top 3 stats this week on the Aspen Report.
$56%. That is the increase in average dollar per square foot of ski-accessible homes in Snowmass Village this year over last.
Over the last 12 months, the average dollar per square foot of a home with ski access in Snowmass Village has increased from $692 a square foot to $1,086 per square foot, up 56%. Off-mountain homes are currently trading at $641 per square foot, up 22% over the last year as well.
One recent sale sold at $12 million or $2,400 a square foot. Things are really taking off in Snowmass.
16.9%. That's the increase in sales price of all single-family homes in Aspen this year over last.
In 2014, Aspen single-family homes were selling on an average of $1,119 per square foot. These days, Aspen single-family homes are selling on an average of $1,307 a square foot, up 16.9%.
Inventory in Aspen is down 20%. So if you'd like to get in on this momentum, give us a call. We'll be happy to customize a plan for you.
$724 million. That is the closed volume so far this year. That's up 19.3% this year over last.
In 2014, the closed dollar volume at this same time of the year was $606 million. We are up almost 20% this year over last. There is still time to get in on the action as a buyer or a seller.
Sellers in Snowmass, if you've got a single-family home under $2.5 million, give us a call.
And in Aspen, if you've got a home from $3 to $6 million, give us a call. We've got buyers looking for these properties. That's it for the Aspen Report.
If you'd like your personal copy, shoot us an email, give us a call, or stop by 534 East Hopkins right here in Aspen.
Situated on a pristine 5-acre property just 15 minutes from Aspen in Snowmass Village, Anderson Ranch Arts Center has celebrated artists and art making for nearly 50 years. What started as a community-oriented art center is now a world-class destination for summer workshops, an artist residency program, as well as events with top.
Tom Clark Jr. here for Clark's Market. As your only locally owned and operated grocery store since 1978, Clark's Market always offers Aspen and Snowmass residents and visitors the very best in quality groceries. With 2 convenient locations in Aspen and Snowmass, Clark's can help you with your grocery needs, from our chef-prepared, ready-to-heat meals to fresh produce to an amazing selection of fresh meats and seafoods in the town's largest grocery stores. Let Clark's Market in Aspen or Snowmass be your one-stop for all your grocery and pharmaceutical needs. We're here to help, only at Clark's.
our Around the Block segment, where we take our viewers into the market from a real different angle.
This summer we focused on the difference between Aspen and Snowmass, as well as the fantastic ranching community that exists in this valley.
So let's take a look.
This week on our Around the Block report, rather than a neighborhood tour, we want to take you to see what you get and where for the same amount of money.
The same amount of money gets you a condo in downtown Aspen or acreage down valley. You decide what's best for you.
Let's play a little Price is Right. Here we go around the block.
If you've got a budget of $465,000, you can get a sweet one-bedroom, one-bath condo right in town at $1,291 a square foot.
I got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in Snowmass, killer views at $467 a square foot.
If $1 million is more your price range, your choices are far and wide throughout the valley. I chose this absolutely perfect one-bedroom, one-bath condo right at the base of Lift 1A, 630 square feet, completely remodeled with killer views of Aspen Mountain.
630 square feet? Really? I've got 2,700 square feet. I've got a horse, a barn, a tack room, a riding arena, all on 6¼ acres and huge views of Sopris.
Since I'm more the in-town urban girl, at $1.5 million, I chose a condo right at the base of Aspen Mountain. 1,152 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and within walking distance to everything that makes Aspen Aspen.
And I've got 312 acres where you can hike, bike, ski, shoot, whatever you want. Any outdoor enthusiast would really enjoy.
If $2 million is more of what you had in mind, you can relax in style by the pool at your 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,280 square foot condo where everything is taken care of for you. Shuttles to town, rental service, and housekeeping.
Sounds like a mani-pedi convention. I've got a 6,200 square foot custom home, 35 acres surrounded by 2,000 acres. Wine room, wood shop. Why would you ever leave this place?
Okay, Gus, top this one. At $3 million, you can have a beautiful ski-in, ski-out condo right on the base of Snowmass. Every skier can ski in and out of this property, and there's room for everyone. You can also kick back and relax in the hot tub and enjoy the views of Daly, Garrett's Peak, and Snowmass Mountain.
Well, you kind of got me on that one, but this isn't for every skier. This is backside of Aspen Mountain, 2 acres, up Little Annie's Road, all the hiking and biking out your front door, and out your back door is 100% views. These are just a few examples of how the same purchase price gets you completely different lifestyles.
For more details on these properties or any others, give us a call, shoot us an email, and we will take you around the block. This week in our Around the Block report, it's all about back roads,
Sunset, sunrises.
country living, a place to unplug, let your hair down.
Get away from that crazy city life. Enjoy the stars.
In Aspen, we talk about square feet. Out here, we talk about square miles.
Square miles. Some people like the river, other people like the big views, but out here, you get it all.
Stay tuned to Around the Block while we take you on a tour of some of the most fantastic and picturesque ranches this valley has to offer.
We are lucky enough to be at the Lazio Ranch with the ranch manager, Mr. Tony Klinko. Thanks for having us, Tony.
Oh, thanks for coming. It's a great opportunity for us to, to look at this ranch and see how beautiful it is.
It's a ranch really worth showcasing. Tell me a little bit about who lives here.
We have 22 home sites and 17 homes right now.
A really unique part of the Lazio experience is all the big open space. With owners who enjoy the open space but aren't horse owners.
Well, there's a lot more to do than just ride horses. Especially in the winter, we have cross-country tracks, snowshoe tracks, and then in the summer, of course, mountain biking, hiking, all the other stuff you want to do on the ranch.
How big is the ranch?
1,500 acres, 1,400 is agricultural, and 100 has all the homes. When you drive in these gates here, it's another world. It's absolutely gorgeous, the 1,500 acres. The history of the ranch is in 1883, the Williams family homesteaded the ranch. 1948, Shorty Pabst bought it from Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. And then in 1978, Jim Otis Elevators developed it. So he did a great job, and it's a wonderful, wonderful place to live.
I love the way Otis decided to really keep a ton of open space, yet have a little bit of an area where people could have beautiful homes.
You can't see one home from the other, so it's really, really set perfect. It's really nice. Plus, we have 800 acres of wildlife conservation. This ranch will never change. It's a working cattle ranch, and it'll always be that way.
Tell us about the equestrian life here. So if you want to have a horse, what's it like?
We do take some outside boarders also, besides the homeowners. And then we have over 5,000 acres for you to trail ride with the monastery and Windstar and our ranch. And then I usually grab a couple of people and move cows and do some cattle drives with them.
What are really some of the secret hidden gems about living at the Lazio that you wouldn't know?
It's a private community. I live right at the beginning of it, and I'm in charge of all the security and everything on the ranch. So nobody gets by that's not supposed to. The other thing is, I leave cars at the airport for you if you're a homeowner and you fly in, either in your private jet or commercial, get in your car and drive right here. The roads are plowed in the winter, and in the summer it's just absolutely gorgeous to do anything you want to do. So it's a great, great private place to live.
It's a private oasis, really, in the mountains.
Unbelievable. You're 15 minutes from Basalt, and you're 15 minutes from Aspen. So you're right in the middle. It's a perfect place, and the privacy is incredible.
Well, I think that's a wrap for us today, Tony. Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Well, let's all go on a horseback ride.
That sounds great. I'd love to.
Okay.
That's it from the Lazio Ranch. So we took you out to the Lazio, and now here we are in Woody Creek, which is seriously one of my favorite places.
There's 3 or 4 big ranches, historic ranches, on the market today.
Woody Creek is really known for cattle grazing, farming,
Potatoes, etc. Other places, rural remote, Starwood. You can have houses up in Starwood. Owl Creek Ranch, another beautiful, the Stockman Barn is gorgeous.
Yes, it's on Owl Creek Road, that big red barn everybody drives by and drops their jaw over. There are really so many, it's hard to narrow it down to just a few.
So in Aspen, we've got a lot of rural and remote places to hang out, get unplugged, and enjoy the magnificent vistas.
Thanks for joining us on this rural edition of Around the Block. This week in our Around the Block report, Gus and I are hanging out in the core.
It's one of the best places to live in Aspen. You get to walk to everything.
It is where everything happens. It's the heart of the nightlife, the restaurants, the club scene. And this is really the hotbed of the real estate scene right now in Aspen. There are 78 active listings currently. There are 14 properties under contract, and year-to-date, 55 properties have closed.
There really is not a lot of inventory in the core. And one of the things about living in the core is typically you're going to give up a little square footage.
Right.
And
in exchange for convenience. Most often people think about the core as condos, but really there are single family homes, there are townhouses, and there's really every price range. We have studio condos at $275,000 up to a $30 million penthouse.
Again, so there's lots of opportunities to own in the core, really for your own specific needs and wants.
Whatever you need.
Michelle, who do you think the buyer profile is who buys in the core?
Most often I talk to single people, young couples, or retired folks. A lot of times it's not terribly appropriate for families. There's not a lot of outdoor space for little kids to run around. One thing you have to get used to living in the core is this is the central gathering place for your posse. So all your friends will be there for before event cocktails, after event cocktails.
Fireworks, food, wine, ideas fest, to the farmer's market. Again, living in the core has all the amenities, great open space. We have so many parks in this town. So if you feel like you're a little locked into your little apartment, get out, head out, get to the parks, get to the gym.
Hike up the mountain.
You know, when you live in the core, your life is so much more spontaneous.
Right.
It's convenient because you get 2 extra hours. You're not worried about parking, commuting. You're home. You walk to work, jump on the gondola in 5 minutes on a powder day, jump on your bike, go up Independence Pass, come down. I mean, it's all right here in the core.
The best day in the gallery is when artists bring new works in. It's so exciting because they've been expressing themselves in ways that may be new. It's more than just about selling art. It's about helping you experience something through art. And the gallery is a place to meet artists and meet collectors. Our collectors tell us we are the best gallery in Aspen. We just happen to be in Basalt. I'm Ann Korologas. Welcome to the gallery.
Dancing Bear Aspen is exquisitely sophisticated, supremely private, and endlessly seductive. It's an amazing rooftop lounge, fire pits, and steaming hot tubs under the stars. It's a private residence club that is quintessentially Aspen. Undeniably one of a kind, and the perfect place to call home. Stroll on over to see us on Wagner Park and see for yourself.
Aspen Valley Hospital is designated by the state of Colorado as a level 3 trauma center. It's great for patients to be able to obtain necessary stabilization and treatment services right away in an area that has an active lifestyle.
We're very involved in the community with trauma education, prevention, helmets, anything that will prevent a trauma from occurring.
I do believe there's some heroes here, but I believe the true hero is the entire team working together.
We have brought you stats and neighborhoods, and since this is a real estate show, we're going to go ahead and show you some real estate.
So up next, we've got 3 very different homes with really that blend a different Aspen lifestyle. So let's take a look at the next 3 homes.
Welcome to 406 Ridge Road, located in Snowmass Village, the hottest property to come on the market this summer, offered for sale at $6,070,000.
A lot of people have been waiting for fresh new inventory, and a lot of people have been building. We've noticed all around Snowmass Village, to get this level of contemporary new design, you either got to build your own or have a look at this one. So let's go take a peek. Come on.
Okay.
This is a magnificent house. I love where it is situated in the neighborhood. Walking distance to the ski slope, in and out. I believe the owner said it's less steps than if he parked in lot 12.
Absolutely. Also, it's like its own little island here. It gets morning sun, afternoon sun, with an incredibly private yard.
The landscaping draws you in and out. It really lives well as an inside and an outside or inside-outside space. it doesn't end. It's upstairs, it's downstairs, a great deck upstairs with big views of Daly.
A patio downstairs that leads out to the hot tub. This particular patio off the dining room, people just spill out of the dining room onto the patio and to the patio further out in the yard.
One of my favorite parts about this house is when you walk downstairs, there's a built-in wine rack as you head downstairs. So you're talking about parties. I can see how this house really would lend to some grand entertaining.
There's 5 bedrooms, 7.5 bathrooms, so lots of room for guests.
The kitchen is to die for.
My favorite piece of the kitchen is that gorgeous cutting board that you just chop to your heart's content and then swipe everything right into the trash.
It really feels like the heart of the home. Did you notice that there's like downstairs a massage room, spa room, next to the media room?
I know, with a steam shower and a sauna.
Again, stairway is one of the eye candies of this property. Leads you up to that magnificent glass chandelier that overhangs. It really kind of sets the mood for the entire house.
It really does.
There's so many custom details in this house, it's so hard to go over them all.
It was really a top to bottom remodel. There's not one thing that exists in this house other than the exterior walls that's the same as when the owner bought it 10 years ago. Wow, that is an incredible house.
Comes completely furnished.
The art, I believe, is excluded, and this cute pooch.
Cheers. What a great new home. Can't wait to show you guys. Give Michelle or myself a call and we'll get you in to see this wonderful home.
We are at the Jaffe Ranch, which is quite possibly the most romantic, the most charming ranch within 10 minutes of downtown Aspen.
Really has breathtaking views, panoramic views of all the ski areas, from the Continental Divide all the way to Basalt Mountain.
The closest neighbors are a herd of 200 elk that graze through here every day. It's pretty stunning.
We should really explain to the viewers where this ranch is located.
Well, I'd like to think it's somewhere between heaven and earth, but really, it's just halfway between Aspen and Woody Creek at the base of Star Mesa.
It's Old West meets modernist Aspen on this 17.5-acre ranch. The 2-story residence really melts a 1910 log farmhouse with a 1960s mid-century modern home.
Infinite opportunities abound to merge past and present into an exceptional family gathering place.
Oh, you know what? There's a barn, and it's got a turn-of-the-century root cellar and a couple other outbuildings.
The current owners currently graze a small herd of goats on the property, which gives them an agricultural property tax exemption.
You know, it's definitely livable now, but it would be also an ideal redevelopment.
Experience the soulful ambiance of this family ranch that's been in the hands of one family for over 3 generations.
The Jaffe Ranch is surrounded by conserved open lands with magnificent vistas instilled with ranching history, artistic legacy, and real rural charm.
That's it from the Jaffe Ranch. Today, Gus and I find ourselves in the heart of the West End, one of Aspen's favorite neighborhoods, at arguably the finest listing to come on the market this summer.
I'm so excited to have you guys take a look. Come on in.
Welcome to 310 West Francis, located in the heart of a storybook neighborhood called the West End.
It's an intimate home set back from the street, so the big, wonderful windows that we're all looking at brings in all that wonderful natural light.
It was originally built in 2010 and underwent a top to bottom remodel. All of the finishes are perfectly on trend and no detail has been left out. This soft contemporary lends itself to entertaining on all kinds of scales. There's this cozy little family room here that's adjacent to the kitchen. There's a huge media room downstairs.
That's what I was going to say. The media room is
Exactly.
killer. Great place to watch a big show. Indoor, outdoor living with plenty of deck space.
There's a caretaker quarters, so if you jet away for a while and you want somebody here kind of taking care of things, you've got that covered.
2-car garage for all your bikes.
I think what best sums up this property, Gus, is that this is exactly the kind of property that everyone comes to Aspen in search of.
I couldn't agree more. Thanks for joining us at 310 West Francis in the storybook neighborhood of the West End.
Hello, my name is Wendell Whitman of Whitman Fine Properties. For over 20 years, I've been advising sellers on how to maximize the value of their properties when it's time to sell. Initial pricing, staging, extensive marketing, timing are all key, but hiring a dedicated full-time professional with extensive negotiation experience is essential. The market has made an upswing in 2014. If you are considering selling your Aspen asset, please call me for the best strategy for your property's needs.
Come join us at the Riverside Grill, located right on the Frying Pan in Basalt. We offer a casual atmosphere with house favorites such as fish tacos, grilled Rocky Mountain trout, and our calamari with Asian slaw. Our juicy Never Ever burger is growth hormone and antibiotic free. For the health conscious, we offer a wide variety of delicious entrees and salads. Riverside Grill is the perfect location to take a bike ride from Aspen, sit on our sunny deck, and enjoy any of our 12 draft beers or specialty drinks. Named the best location in the Valley, Riverside Grill has something for everybody.
Located across from the Aspen School campus, Aspen Youth Center is a nonprofit organization providing free and fun summer and after-school programs to youth in grades 4 through 12.
We can choose between different clubs or tournaments we like to play.
The Aspen Youth Center is the best place on earth.
My favorite activities are dodgeball and pool.
Cooking and creative arts. I get to meet up with friends.
When I do my homework, they can help me.
Aspen Youth Center is open all day, Monday through Friday. Visit us online or stop by
Aspen Youth Center! Our business is based primarily on sales, but as I learned growing up in the rug business, without the service end of it, you lose contact with the client.
To be hands-on, as we are, as a family, completely hands-on. Everything is done in-house. All of our cleaning, restoration, repair, etc. is done and overseen by all of us.
We have more than 5,000 rugs in the inventory, but our wealth is our following.
Oh, it's a real privilege to be the first person who gets to see and hold some of these babies.
It's a rewarding feeling to know that you've been able to help somebody in one of the most important times in their entire life. Seeing their expression on their faces is really priceless.
We have a jacuzzi in every room, and then we have this warmer here that you don't see until we're ready to deliver. And everything is done for the baby in this room. We are there to help them every moment, every step of the way. This is where families are born.
We were incredibly lucky this season to catch up with some of Aspen's most influential people.
First up, Aspen's Mayor, Steve Skadron. What is the City Council looking forward to? What are some of the goals and dreams and objectives you have for the city?
One thing I want to work on is our transportation problem in town. You know, we're going to have a really busy summer, and on the one hand that's really good because we want a lot of people to experience Aspen and have a real strong and vibrant economy. On the other hand, it brings with it some negatives, a lot of automobile traffic, you know, a density in town that frustrates some of the locals because we come for peaceful, small town mountain living. So it's important to find that balance. That's one of the things I'm going to work on in this next term. In a month, City Council does a retreat and we set our top 10 goals. So each council member will bring the things important to them and then we'll debate them and establish the priorities. And one of mine will be the transportation issue.
Where is this retreat? Can we come?
It's someplace in town. Retreat, we joke, retreat is a fancy word for really long meeting.
Okay, good. All right.
We're not jetting off to Kauai or something.
Yes.
I was intrigued. I was like, I'm coming. Let's go to the retreat.
So how is the fallout around referendum 1?
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. We talked about that last time,
right?
In the spring. We have one application, Mark Hunt's hotel, he calls it Base 2, that was passed by City Council. And while this does not fall subject to the referendum.
Now, why doesn't it fall subject to the referendum?
We had legal opinion on this because we want to honor voter intent, of course, but it has to do, I believe, with the timing that the ordinance was passed. And ordinance take effect, I believe, 30 days after. So referendum 1, It was passed, and the city council has to honor the vote. So we make an ordinance that recognizes that vote. So we passed the ordinance, but this application came in before the 30 days required to make the ordinance official. I think that's why.
Next up, Aspen legend, Hall of Fame member, real-life cowboy, and all-around fabulous guy, Tony Wagner.
You know, there's kind of a steward of landing community. What do you want people to know that are visiting Aspen that they don't know? Give them a little gem, something that
they wouldn't otherwise know as a visitor. What would you like them to know?
Wow, there's a million things, but I guess the most important thing, and this comes up all the time, that Aspen is still a community, and there's people here that care very deeply about this place, raise their kids here, and that's still what holds this town together, I think. I mean, there's a lot of real estate going on. I mean, probably real estate's the #1 activity in Aspen now, but you know, and everybody that lives here really likes it. And I know the people that moved away, now they all say, oh, you know, I wish I could get back in up there.
Yeah.
So I think that's the most important thing to realize. It's still a community.
well, I think it's people like you
that keep it a community.
Well,
make it the real deal.
There's a lot of people like me in this town, you know. I mean, like Tom Anderson at Pomeroy Sports for years, and I mean, I could go on and on.
We caught up with Mike Kaplan, president of the Aspen Skiing Company. Really want to rename him the King of Fun. Yeah. Let's take a look at this little clip of our interview with Mike Kaplan.
Welcome back to Talking Dirt. I'm Michelle Sullivan. This is Gus Kadota, and we are joined by Mike Kaplan, president and CEO of the Aspen Skiing Company.
Morning.
Thank you for coming.
Pleasure.
How many CEOs roll up with their bike shoes on their bike bag? I love it. By the way, when Steve Skadron, the mayor, rolled up, he had his bike helmet on too. So.
He did.
He had helmet hair when he got on.
I was going to say, I don't look so good in the helmet, so I try to put it away pretty fast.
It's, you know, we have Gonal going on in the background. People are singing happy birthday. Lots of things are happening on Aspen Mountain.
Summer in Aspen. Great.
Summer in Aspen. Tell me a little bit about the top. What did you guys do this spring?
We call it, we got to come up with a new name. We call it the Aspen Mountain Beautification Project. But if you think about the top of Aspen Mountain, we've never really sort of shaped it for summer. So last summer we actually formalized the wedding deck next to the sun deck. We have a ton of weddings up there. We have, I don't know, 6, 7 a weekend.
Last Saturday alone.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So formalizing that, sort of doing proper sort of planting and landscaping, and then same in that sort of upper area. You know, over time it just gotten beat up and compacted, and we said, you know what, this should look like the rest of the mountains in the summer. And so we reshaped it, sort of formalized the paths, formalized the sort of play areas, put some cool things up there like the spirit nest for kids to play in and adults. And we're going to get a bunch of wildflower meadows up there and just make it sort of what it could be.
Right,
So,
it's such a spectacular scene up there.
It really is. Really
What's
is.
happening with Lift 1A?
Lift 1A. Oh, that's a fun one.
Everyone wants to know.
Yeah, could be one of the most complicated areas in all of Aspen, right? There's a long history over there. Long story short is we think it's a great place for hotbeds to get redeveloped. We all know there used to be many, you know, in the Holland House and the Skier Chalet and all those things over there. And so we're working with the developers to try and make that happen and get that going again. We're anxious as part of that process to get a new lift in, and the FIS would like to see us get a new lift in. So I'm optimistic. I think it's going to happen, but we all know it takes time. There's a lot of stakeholders and a lot of interesting things going on, and we want to make sure it's right for the long term. So stay tuned is the short story, and I think you'll start to see things come up in the sort of public discussion, and we'll get a chance to grapple with them and hopefully move forward pretty quickly.
Controversy, we do not shy away from that.
No.
That's why we asked Bert Myron, newly elected city councilman and also lone wolf on city council, to come to the show and talk to us about some of the most pressing issues facing Aspen today. We hate to beat a dead horse, but we have to just touch on Referendum 1.
Yeah.
Do you think that people largely still don't understand the purpose of Referendum 1?
Well, Ref 1 it's unfortunate we had to pass something that just says follow the law. It's like the speed limit sign that says it's changing ahead of you, just to warn you that something's coming up. And all this was to try to do is get council to redirect the focus. Where do you want to be in 30 years? Zone it like you mean it, and then go there, rather than these one-off approaches for everything, which disturb everybody because no one has expectations.
Right. It's just that there's a whole group of people that think that referendum 1 means stop development or
Right.
reduce development or outlaw development, and that's really not the purpose.
Correct. No, it was all about city council can make any rule they want, but then they follow the rules they make. And that allows realtors to sell things, buyers to buy things, sellers to sell things, all on the same level playing field. Everyone knows what the rules are, so the prices are set. It makes it much easier for commerce. It makes it much easier for a market to operate and less stressful for the community. The first letters that we get as council from upset voters are when something happens that they don't expect. And that's that. If we can change that, that would be great. Reduce the
As a
tension.
city councilman now,
Yep.
and you're looking at Ref 1, any change of perspective?
Some people said that no one's going to run for council if Ref 1 passes because all we do is hand out variances, which is that gift between the code and what was approved. And I completely disagreed with that. I think if we can have a community that knows where everyone, the level playing field, I think we're going to have a great community, much stronger as well.
Lifestyle, that's why we live here. We had a couple great pieces we can't wait to share with you.
First up, we jumped off of Aspen Mountain and sailed 3,000 feet above the valley floor. This is a must-watch piece. Good morning, I'm Michelle Sullivan, and this is Gus Kadota, and we're here with Alex, who owns Aspen Paragliding. We're gonna do a quick little flight. So Alex, how long have you been doing this?
Well, I actually learned how to paraglide here in Aspen with Aspen Paragliding 22 years ago. The first time I ever did it, it was really, I loved it to the point where I was like, God, I gotta do that every day.
How many flights do you guys do a day?
Commercial flights, we do 3 flights a day, 6:45, 8:15, and 10:15 in the summer. And then in the winters, we start at 9 o'clock.
What can someone expect when they call you up and want to go on a tandem trip?
A lot of times, I think people have this fear of like they're going to be base jumping or doing something like that. It's not that at all. What we do is we lay the glider out and clear all the lines and have everything ready to go. And then all you need to do really is run about 5 or 10 steps down the slope. That's a very gradual slope. And with a little bit of wind, it could pick you up in a couple of steps. And then you're in a very comfortable seat. And you're just sitting there with, thousands of feet below you.
Who is this appropriate for?
Oh, we've taken just pretty much anybody that can run a few steps, really. And we've taken as young as 3 and probably as old as 90.
Alex, everybody's got such busy schedules. They're here for a week or 2 weeks or even the whole summer, and it seems like our calendars are booked. What is the time frame we need to kind of set aside to go for a paragliding trip?
So during those flight times that we have, which are 6:45, 8:15, and 10:15, roughly you need about 2 hours round trip from the time we meet at the shop till the time we get back. The actual flight itself is 3,000 vertical feet, and that takes at least 15 minutes to fly, but we can extend the flights depending on thermal conditions. So sometimes the flights will be 20 minutes, sometimes they're half an hour. If it's really good, it could be 45 minutes. It really depends on Mother Nature.
So Alex, where do people get in touch with Aspen Paragliding?
Well, we're in the summertime, we're above the Butcher's Block with Aspen Bike, and it's 426 South Spring Street. You can also check out our website, aspenparagliding.com.
Live from the top. Hopefully we're still live at the bottom. No, it's going to be fun. I can't wait to get out there mid-flight, check out the great views. How about you?
Okay.
If she's nervous, we're out. We'll see you in a little bit. We're heading to the bottom.
wanted to say a big thank you to Aspen Paragliding for letting us do that. What a kick. Everyone really should come out and do that, don't you think, Gus?
You got to. It's so much fun. One of the top 5-10 things to do in Aspen. This is number one. Thanks for joining us. There's $1 billion worth of silver right underneath Aspen. Let's take a look.
Welcome to Talking Dirt. For this segment, Gus and I thought it would be really fun and interesting to take a look at Aspen from a different side. There's so much more to this town than a ski town. It's very rich in history with long, deep roots.
You know, there's so many people that have come here for so many reasons, from the Ute Indians to the miners in 1896. So we're at the Smuggler Mine with Chris Preuss.
Actually, Gus, it's 1879. That's when the prospectors first came into the valley. Belonged to the Ute Indians before that.
And when did the rush really start?
David Hyman, who bought this claim, started mining in 1880. So by 1886, when the railroads hit, Aspen exploded.
And what was that big nugget? How big? It was like 2,500 pounds or something like that?
They were core drilling in 1892, and they tapped into a small vug that was actually thin silver lined, and inside of it, like a geode, was this nugget hanging in the ceiling. 2,060 pounds, 95% pure, purer than a minted silver dollar.
We'd like you to confirm some rumors for us.
Uh-oh.
Gus says Aspen Mountain is essentially Swiss cheese.
Bigger than Swiss cheese.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
You know, we ski that thing top to bottom. You don't even think about, is there a room that you could fit a Little Nail Hotel in?
Oh, absolutely. Gus is totally right. If you had any idea what you weren't skiing on, you probably wouldn't ski a lot on Aspen Mountain. Everything that's hollowed out in Aspen Mountain underneath Aspen, and as well as Smuggler, are stopes. So stope is a man-made cavern where the bodies of ore were extracted from. Huge bodies of ore came out of here. To give you an example, so from 1887, when the railroads, were finally established and in town, to the Sherman Silver Purchase Repeal of 1893, Aspen produced 1/6 of the U.S. silver. So if you have a silver dollar that's minted between those dates, 1 out of every 6 actually came from this town.
And isn't it 1/16 of the world's silver?
Correct, 1/16 of the world's silver.
Chris Preuss, thanks so much for having us and telling us all about the history of mining in town. It's great.
Yeah, let's go inside though and take a poke around.
Let's go.
Here we are at, where are we exactly, Chris?
We are actually about 500-600 feet underground. We're standing in the garish stope. So remember I was talking about stopes being man-made caverns? So that's what this is. This was once a body of ore that precipitated up through and has been removed by the miners. And this was probably done somewhere around 1898 or in that era, after the Sherman Silver Purchase was repealed.
And so how much ore are we sitting on here now?
We're standing on a lot. So in 1949 to 1950, Anaconda came in here and did a minerals assessment of the property. During that assessment, they identified an area of ore that had not been extracted, estimating it at 860,000 tons of high-grade ore.
At today's prices, that is?
Probably $1 billion, right around $1 billion worth of ore.
Wow. So this property just sold for $7.5 million?
Correct.
And so was the ore considered in that price?
No, it's really hard to, because the valuation of that ore in Aspen to extract, could you imagine trying to get the permitting to reopen a 100-ton-a-day operation?
You can't get a permit to add a bathroom.
Right, exactly. Let alone pull 100 tons of ore a day out of the ground. The kind of icing on the cake, though, is that we formed Smuggler Consolidated Mines, LLC, and we're here for the next 2 to 3 years, running tours, continuing to maintain and clean up. So we're not gone yet.
Thanks, Chris Preuss, for having us and really being a steward of Aspen's mining and our history. I love the fact there's people like you out there preserving our history and where really Aspen comes from. So thanks again for having us. We're 400 or 500 feet below the surface. We got to get out of here and get to that beautiful Aspen sunshine.
I wanted to be a big buddy in the peer-to-peer program because the experience I had with my big buddy, because he was such a good mentor and he essentially changed my life.
She's like part of my family now, and I just love Jan.
Everything in my life, I have to thank him and the buddy program.
We touch every aspect of the kids' lives. We are there to help them after school. We are there to help them in their family lives. By supporting the buddy program, people support the community.
We're Robin and Kenny Smith, and we own Meridian Jewelers here in Aspen, Colorado.
We're very blessed to be able to represent the finest brands in our industry here in Aspen, which is a place that we truly love.
Our clientele depends on us to not only have the broadest base of watches and jewelry, but also to carry things that are unique that they don't see anywhere else.
I think our clients have come to appreciate the fact that we're a locally owned, family-run business, and they know that they'll be seeing us and our kids here for years to come.
Wow, that is an incredible house.
It really is. Did we mention that it...
Okay, we both were gonna say it. That is a great house.
It really is.
What? Stepping on each other, yo. Increase in dollar per square, I'm scratching my nose. $724 million.
That's the average sales price of an Aspen condo or townhome.
Ready? Thanks for joining us on Around the Block. We got to take a really cool look at some really unique properties.
Really?
I know, that sucks.
I'm rolling when you guys want to start.
It's you. Okay. All right. All right, are you ready, Gus? You're gonna engage?
It's engaging with my peeps, yo.
This is life-changing information.
Go shit. Yeah, come on, tighten up. More sellers, fewer buyers means opportunities for buyers to get into that luxury home that they've always wanted in Aspen. Just making shit up.
If you've seen a sign go up and down on your block, you
What? I did it cool. Curious? Give us a call and we'll break down the situation. If you'd like your own personal copy, stop by our Aspen office at 534 East Hopkins. Give us a call or email us and we'll get you one. There are pockets in the market. There are pockets in the market? 638 square feet. I've got 6.25 acres.
630.
638.
No, 630.
630. 630 square feet.
Wait a second, I wasn't ready.
Was she picking her nose or what? I was like,
come on, guys.
Or 312 acres surrounded completely by national forest. That's it.
That's
And then all you're gonna say, that's it for Jesse Ranch. Yeah.
That. That. It's a closet, but I use it as a bedroom. You can hop on your bike and walk to the or hop on the bike and ride to the. And I'm getting rained on. This week on the Aspen Report, we're going to focus on whether the market has peaked or not. This week on the Aspen Report, we're focusing on whether the market. I'm sorry, 26%. That's terrible.
It was almost there.
Okay. This is the time to take advantage of. Yeah. Welcome to 440 West 5th Avenue, North 5th Avenue.
I thought you just said that.
No, I didn't. I didn't say the address.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. Well, as usual, Gus, some of our very best work is the bloopers.
I've practiced bloopers all season long.
And you're really good at it now.
Hey, thanks again for watching Talking Dirt. Second season, we've got another season coming up in December. But if you miss us, you can always catch us on our Talking Dirt Facebook page.
You can also check out our videos on Vimeo. You can send us an email at talkingdirtaspen@gmail.com.
Or give us a call. But thanks again for watching Talking Dirt. See you in December.